Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the Dota 2 Champions League. I am your host for tonight, TobiWan. It's going to be a bit of a long night for us, but it's always going to be an enjoyable time whenever Fnatic go up against Team Alliance. Let's get ourselves into this game and give this sick man a good game of Dota, because that's all I really want, and all I really want is my co-caster to be good for this game too. I know he's always good. It's Fogged. He's always great. Welcome back to the broadcast, man, and welcome back to game number 2, Alliance versus Fnatic. How you doing?
Hopefully not a robot.
Oh, no!
Don't tell me. Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, it's better. It's better now when you're talking. For a moment, but just talking once. No.
Good lord. I was just like talking on a different Skype call and it was perfect.
Really? There must just be something about the routing to here then. That's gonna be what it comes down to.
Yep, it's your fault.
I'm almost tempted to actually pump it through a different computer and see if that works.
It was better toward the end of the game though, right? That's weird.
Yeah, it was really unusual, man. Yeah, no, I can't do it from that. Not right now. Anyway, let's just hope it all settles itself down and America and Germany can start getting along already. So yeah, Fnatic ready inside for this one. Alliance over on the Dire side, and we'll have Invoker as well as Clockwork being banned out by Fly, and Wisp and Venomancer from Alliance. So again, they're not going to let Trixie have that Venomancer. But this time, too, they also take out their own Wisp, which they played before.
Yeah, and now it makes me actually think if did they really want to play with that Wisp last game, or did they just want to deny it from Fnatic?
A block pick of Fnatic, you'd always kind of go with that one, but...
Yeah. Maybe.
At the same time, I don't think Alliance would ever say Wisp isn't really a great hero for them to play. It might not have been the perfect strat they were searching for, but I don't think they'll ever feel unconfident when they have themselves a Wisp.
Fair enough.
Either way, so Fly, you're the one who's going to set the pace right now. He's got first pickup to come, and the world is basically his oyster right now for any hero that he wants to have selected.
Yeah, he's letting his time tick down pretty far.
There must be a lot of debate going on. And I'm betting the debate's over Nature's Prophet as well. Do we want him in the early stages? Just knowing the way both these teams play. Fnatic were quite good up against that Prophet in the last game, but there were definitely some holes and some risks. If Alliance didn't get caught out in a couple of those fights, they could have really found themselves, pushing for a very big victory.
Yeah, definitely. And if they didn't get that sneaky rush, and it's a Nyx Assassin first pick by Fnatic.
See, I saw that one bite Na'Vi in the ass the other night, so I was up against Cloud9, so I'm not going to go 100% in on this saying Nyx is a great pickup, especially when Alliance now get Arcase Chen. And we could just look for a full push out right now. Pick up the Luna. They say, in fact, no. They're going to take a Lifestealer instead and deny that up to Era. So that could also be like the block picks you were talking about before. This could be exactly the same thing. Lifestealer up against a Chen. He loves those creeps during a team fight.
Yeah. And this is pretty smart. I mean, very smart by Alliance, definitely. Lifestealer is just a good hero versus Nyx in general as well. And so is Chen. I mean, if you get these creeps up, Nyx does not really do much. Versus a 5-man grouped up lineup with a Chen with a mech. You can't really do much as a Nyx if everybody's just stacked together. I'm curious as what they're going to get here. Yeah, they just go for the AA again.
You really can't pass it up, though. But
it's so good versus Chen, really. I mean, if you get that AA ulti on even 2 or 3 people, it negates most of, almost all this Chen heal, unless he just waits for it.
At the same time, though, you could have picked up something like, what Alliance ban out straight away, which is the Doombringer, because that would have been a direct shutdown. No matter what happens, you'll be able to shut down the Lifestealer. Nyx Assassin can deal with the Chen. Comes in with a Vendetta, keeps him stunned up. You just need one other burst damage, or just have Nyx with enough farm that he can afford up something like a Dagon or something along those lines. And then you would have been looking pretty hunky-dory.
Yep. Fnatic just bans out the, obviously, the Lifestealer bombs.
Yeah. The Puck and the Storm have to be removed.
Even though they have a Nyx, they banned that even though they have this Nyx too, which is pretty interesting.
I'm wondering if Alliance just go balls deep here. I know I always count it as like the best counter, but if they go like full strength here, grab themselves up a Timbersaw, so they use both the Chen, the Timbersaw's armor, the Lifestealer who's going to leech out a lot of life, and also help out his teammates when the fights do start up too. I'm just wondering if that's where they want to go. But they're going to pick a Rubik instead. For now, at least. So we get our very greedy support from Alliance, which is the Rubik.
But these three heroes together is very, very common. This Rubik, Chen, and Lifestealer. They're just... I mean, Navi loves it as well. It's just very strong core right there. You have your two supports picked up. You're not really revealing your mid or your off lane yet. And it's good. I don't know. I don't really like this. I mean, you were saying Timbersaw, but I don't really like it so much because AA does really well versus Timbersaw with the Ice Blast, and Nyx is also another good hero versus Timbersaw as well. And I don't know how it really fits around this Chen Lifestealer versus 2.
Yeah, I understand it too, man. I was just like tossing up saying maybe they could, but yeah, you're right. Logic wins out.
Yeah.
Weaver now comes up for Fnatic. So they look at their safe lane farmer. I say safe lane farmer with an AA buff up too in the early stages of the game. Weaver is very, very deadly. And Lifestealer is one of those heroes that doesn't function very nicely up against a Weaver, but Bounty Hunter, we're pulling out the old books here of Alliance. This draft is almost classic Alliance.
Some Bounty Hunter bombs. Excited.
Walk around, gank up whatever you possibly can. Rubik and Chen, rotations, looking for ganks up in the middle lane. And Bounty Hunter allows them to all prep up and have, as you said, Lifestealer inside of him.
Yeah, and especially with Rubik, if he can get Shukuchi, they have a really nice ganking squad right there, those three heroes. Nice and sneaky as well.
It's also an easy way to trigger off that Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah.
Get the track up and running if possible. But it means Weaver won't have that instant defense, which he's normally used to. And Fnatic, we go with what they tried to do in game number 1, which was the mid-solo Death Prophet. I'm interested to see just how effective that's going to be, though, because both Nyx and AA, they're not really the heroes you would class as pushing power. This is almost like picking up a DK halfway through and going, we should get some towers here and there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like that's a little bit of a random Death Prophet. I don't really get why they would pick that here. But I'm sure that, I mean, Fly probably has his own ideas based off it. But we could even see an aggressive trialing come out from Fnatic. I don't think it's gonna happen, but maybe they're short-laning this Death Prophet or something and putting Trixie on Weaver. I don't know. We'll see, though.
No.
Because I know Iris played Death Prophet, I think, a few times. If I'm not mistaken.
Is that Era?
Yeah.
You could have Trixie Weaver, but I'm pretty sure Hani really favors playing Death Prophet.
Okay.
So if they're going to mix this one up, they would switch it around. It's like Era would have played something like, well, and then again, Hani also likes the Buckner. So, yeah, it could have been Era ending up on the Death Prophet. But I'm pretty sure Hani is going to feel more comfortable on that. And then Night Stalker is the final ban out. That would have been one hero that would have been a walk all over him. But then we get the Bat Rider.
And this is such standard Alliance right here. I love this draft right here. They have so much gank. They have the push they need. They have track to get them bonus gold and everything. And this Death Prophet is gonna have to be terrified in mid lane if they don't do something, because anytime he could get ganked by this Chen or the Chen Rubik combo.
Yeah. This is so problematic for Fnatic's draft.
10 seconds.
It's not as though we can also look at this and say, well, it's all going to be okay, because all you got to do is just look at the draft and say, yeah, they'll push down towers by 18 minutes in with a Death Prophet ulti and all that kind of jazz. It's not going to happen that way. And now we add a Slardar into this mix-up. I'm still not quite sure what they're trying to achieve with this Slardar, because they've got to go very defensive with this. Unless they're going to run like AA Weaver up here on the top lane, Slardar and Nyx down on the bottom, up against the off-lane Bounty Hunter, and try and dual lane this. I don't see the levels coming up. I don't see the farm coming up in time, not to deal with what Alliance will be throwing at them. Because they can throw it from level 6 of Lifestealer. Because by that time, too, if Batride's got a nice stack set up by Chen, then also, too, you'll have Blink Dagger up and running.
And I said it, man. Trixie on Weaver.
It happens.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we have that wonderful... I'm just going to find a TeamSpeak server for you next time, man.
10 seconds remaining.
Next time we cast, we're putting you on TeamSpeak.
I don't even understand why this happens. It's only with you, man. I swear.
I don't understand. Why?
Yeah, maybe they are doing these dual lanes. See Nyx running up top with TobiWan right now, and Slardar and AA running toward the bottom lane.
See, this isn't the lane, though, I was expecting to see. I know it kind of avoids having like a dual melee on the off lane, but not even a dual melee. Like, they're just having AA and Weaver up here. It's reliant on Trixie really surviving this lane out.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe it's just Noto putting down some wards and then rotating. and just giving Trixie some solos. Yeah, I think that might be it. Well, I guess we'll see pretty soon.
Yeah, that we will, dude. And it does look like it. Trixie's sitting in demon spot. That little notch in the corner right there.
30 seconds to battle.
While Fly, what else have we got? Well, it's what I refer to it, man. Ever since like the off lane Tidehunter days, it's always to me the demon spot. But with Era down here on the bottom lane, Bounty's already blocking up the pull spot. So if anyone is going to try and farm up, they're going to have to do it the rough way. AKA D-ward first, but looks like Fly has no intention of farming up right now. He's got Dust available. If they can catch Bounty Hunter even slightly out of position, get a good crush off, maybe into a Nyx stun too. In fact, Nyx is bringing the sentry ward down to bottom lane. I think he wants to give it to Era, but Era's going to be too busy blocking up the creep wave. So he'll have to walk with him the entire way, or give it to the support that's coming in.
You can actually give the wards from a decent range. I think he would be able to give it from there. Whatever. Boots actually got picked up first by Bounty Hunter. And a pause.
Well,
Wouldn't be Dota without a pause.
That is true. Hey, do we need a remake? Alright, low blow.
And yeah, that ward, that ward up by Nyx in the top lane, that actually blocks that big camp. So taking out a little bit of the jungle, so Chen they can't just connect poles and everything and take full advantage of that.
I'm surprised you still want to do that though when Weaver could start pulling the camp from the side. Or is that just giving a little bit more respect to the fact that EGM as well as RK are not going to let you do that?
Yeah, I think they're just doing the respect. And EGM finds himself in Invis Rune and he's just making his way toward top.
Well, grabbing that Weaver at a critical point, maybe then they could find themselves a kill, but it's a very difficult thing. Like, you got yourself open wounds, which does basically nothing to control up the Weaver, which is why you also see Lifestealer go first level Feast. Lowe's is going to sit in his front lines, farm it up. Trixie will soak up the experience, and Lowe's already peeing over to check out the tree line. It's funny they don't see like one of his legs just poking around the side here. In fact, EGM, yep, there you go. Spots him out, and Trixie will just reposition, just fire a maneuver.
Yeah, so Trixie's going to get basically full experience in that top lane for a bit. We see a really early rotation coming in Ake.
Well, he's only got himself a Sada, so it might not be enough to get enough damage to kill off Hani. Especially when the creep wave's out that far. And there's a sentry ward that's already down here from Fnatic, so they're looking for that rotation to come. Their only issue is they don't see up on the high ground. And even also, then I should say at the same point, sentry wards don't reveal smoke, so should remember that fact.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a strange smoke by Ake. Usually he waits until he has like a favorable position. The creeps were completely up on Ani's hill, so a little bit of a waste of a smoke, but no matter.
There's a big creep wave coming on bottom lane towards Admiral Bulldog. He's going to love this. This should be his level 2, maybe possibly even level 3, but at the same time, when Sprint triggers off from Era, Admiral Bulldog is really not sure about this bottom lane anymore. So he just backs up, runs away as far as possible till he can go invis, and he's missed out on a large portion of this experience because of that.
Yeah, that was great zoning done by Fnatic there. He's level 2 at least though.
Well, that is the upside. Having Janata as well as your Ghost Walk, at least now you can at least fight, or if you do rotate, you'll be able to give something towards the lane, having that extra slow. This top lane for Loda, I'm really not going to see it going well now with the supports being a little bit too far away. Like, EGM's pulling over from the side, but Trixie, we know how aggressive he can be in off lanes. He'll stay close enough to find the good experience, which he's found, like 2 points up in Jacuzzi, 1 point up in the Geminate. Sure, his CS is only 4 for 0 up against an 11 for 9, but that's one of those things where it can change around pretty quickly with an offlane Weaver. All he needs is a little bit of space.
Yeah, definitely. The big thing that I just see coming out here is that the levels coming out of the Chen and the Rubik are definitely going to be higher of the A and the Slaughter, because their pull is blocked. So they're just kind of full tri-laning.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing they can do. And they're hoping for a kill. The Sentry Ward's been sitting here from the very, very start, looking for Admiral Bulldog just to hug either this part of the tree line or this part of the tree line.
Yeah, and Bulldog picks up an Orb of Venom on himself right away. So maybe he's going to rotate toward mid and try to get a kill with the bat.
I love EGM with just the way he's moving up here on the top lane. There's no Sentry Ward for Alliance, and there's no Dust. In fact, there's only one Sentry Ward, and it's over here on Arke, and he's coming up towards the top lane now.
He got an early Basilius on Ake, so they're going to try to pressure this tower.
Yep. EGM's going to get that ward planted down perfectly. And there's the ward, and they picked up Trixie. Halfway through this, into the troll trap as well. Open wounds, he doesn't have Chikuchi for 3 seconds, and that's first blood. RK having the 2 points up, and the nuke arrives in and just pops the Weaver. So first blood spilt goes the way of Alliance. And there's already movement coming into middle lane. A lot of it from both sides. That was the bounty hunter trying to go astray. While the Invis rune gets picked up by Notal. So they could have a crack here at Batrider if with the Crypt Swarm as well as a stun, now with also bottle charges coming up, it's almost impossible for them to get a kill out there on the Batrider.
Maybe once Nyx gets his level 3.
Notal's waiting it out. Crypt Swarm looks for the stun, misses it. Misses it completely. The bounty hunter is in here too, and Harney's just wanting one wave, and he gets him. S4 brought down. Admiral Bulldog, you can't really fight in that one. Has to jump Invis, but they're going to pop off the dust. That actually will slow him down. Nyx Assassin, he's trying to use his clarity to find that little bit of extra man to get the extra stun off, but they won't reach him in time. Harney decides not to attack, and they're bailing out. We've already got RK as well as Harney. Yeah, there's Loader. He TP'd in towards that mid-tier 1 tower. So they let AA die for the greater good. So Harney is able to escape. Era's also in the meantime free farming bottom lane, and this is that space I was talking about for Trixie. But he still hasn't managed to pick up any more CS. He's still 4 for 0.
Yeah, he's having a pretty rough time down there. But he is getting better levels than the bounty hunter right now. He's level 4.5. Bounty's only almost level 4.
As opposed to time lapse is a nice thing to have when you're on the off lane, and then there's no more having to really worry about that off laner. But then at the same time, when Bounty Hunter hits his level 6 and you start adding track towards the mix, every single kill Alliance take will be more worth it for them as opposed to Fnatic.
Yeah, and he spots Fly rotating toward mid with the Death Prophet on Bulldog.
A level 2 Ancient Apparition, I'm still not seeing Bounty Hunter coming out on top of that. Even with his Orb of Venom and his bonus damage at the start. A Shuri Toss level 1 for 100 damage up against Fly. He's still got 549. He'll be able to survive.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Arcade trying to go for Harney. They saw him pick up the DD rune. But at the same time, Trixie is here. So Trixie already putting the bugs out over here on Chen with a cold feet. Oh, wow. Arcade really... He's going to go down right now, which means also S4 dragging back Fly. The Centaur Stomp, the Ursa Clap as well. Harney's on his way. One quick Crypt Swarm is not going to do much, but it's going to actually make Harney in a bit worse of a position. As Invis goes, he needs one hit there, Bulldog. Maybe he needs a little bit more than that once the one charges do pop off here. And with lesser range damage, they've got him slowed up with a sticky napalm. 4 levels up on that one too. Trixie will come back into this fight. He's popped off the Sal, but he doesn't have enough damage to kill off the rest of Alliance, let alone the man to keep the chase going. So it ends up being a better trade coming out for Alliance as far as kills go. Picking up that mid-solo as well.
Yeah, but the Slaughter is getting incredibly massive. He can even buy his Blink right now if he wants to, but he just goes for the treads.
Thought for a moment Era might even try Hand of Midas.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for the Midas.
Considering the farm time he has down there and the fact that Alliance have made no attempts to stop him yet.
And Fnatic's been doing a lot of this 5 people with Midas and stuff, so...
Yeah. They decide...
I mean, I saw Death Prophet pick up this Gloves of Haste over a Belt of Strength, so...
Well, you kind of know what Harney does with this. Harney is like, I'll get Hand of Midas to start with, and I'll go BTs, and then I'll worry about everybody else, so then I'll probably build up my Yule Scepter or something like that.
Yeah, and he does do that build again that you were saying before, the 303 instead of grabbing the ultimate.
Top tower is under attack.
It's an interesting little thing to do, but it's also one of those things, like I know, like I've cast a decent amount with Harney, and he'll always talk about leveling up abilities and being able to actually use what you level up. And there's no point saying, well, I got to point up my ultimate, let's push down a tower, if you have no mana to support that. Like he's spamming out the Crypt Swarm because he wants to make sure he keeps the rest of Alliance back, down low, and not freely farming across the map. They don't need his level 6 yet.
Yeah, it's not really that they can't really take down a tower. I mean, Death Prophet could pop his ult and get like a little bit of damage on a tower, but then he's risking putting himself in a bad position. And Fnatic should be able to take this bottom tower without any problem with this double catapult.
Problem is that like the towers are in the deny range, and that's their problem. There's a run in. They saw Bounty Hunter for a moment. Slider will take the tower. Remember, he takes the bonus damage here. It's a good stun from Notel. Keeps the Bat Rider away. And Era wants to turn because he didn't realize. I think he thought the TP was cancelled, but it wasn't. It was an Invis rune coming out and then a blink away. He only just picked it up from the shop and instantly used it to escape from S4.
That was a really nice play by Era right there. I'm not sure if he noticed that he was an Invis at first or not, but he instantly bought that blink as soon as he got over there. He got away.
It seems like he didn't because he did turn for a moment.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Trixie and Loda.
Trixie.
Yeah.
Good old Trixie.
Well, they were battling up, and like Lotus like, well, I can infest damage you, and Trixie's like, well, I can time lapse out. Now both our rollies on cooldown. Let's back ourselves up a little bit more.
Yeah, and S4 doing something I haven't really seen in a bit on Bat Riders. He grabs early Tranquil Boots.
Really? That's not something you normally expect to see, because you'd think like later on you want to have a Bat Rider with BTs on, so keeping your brown boots and just going straight into... Oh, is he going to get a kill here? Yeah. Oh, wait, what? He was in range for the last two and he pulled out.
US East, man.
Speaking
I'm sure it's just because of this change, the recent change that they did on this last, so it's a little bit smaller and a little bit harder to do.
Yeah. There's your hand of minus now up for Death Prophet.
How fun.
So that arrives at 10 minutes time, and he does have his ultimate up now, but just not enough mana to use it. But he's got 2 bottle charges, so the mana is going to be there when he needs it.
I haven't seen Ake this broke on Chen in a while, though. He's not even relatively close to his mech.
Yeah, Courier's got nothing. What's even his net worth he's sitting at? He's sitting at the 3rd highest net worth on a Chen. Like, he's only just above that of the Nyx and the AA, and those were 2 guys that stuck around the bottom lane, leeching experience for such a long time.
Yeah, and Notel, but the difference is Notel right now, he's using his gold very smart. He's about to have his Arcane Boots up and almost his level 6.
Alliance is looking for a kill. They have a DD rune over on that Bat Rider, smoked up, moving towards the bottom lane. And that's where Admiral Bulldog just starts up on Notel, puts up the track, stay close to his Arcane Boost, but it's not going to help, and Spy Carapace goes up. So S4, well, he'll tank up at the start that first stun. But ends up getting the kill, and then straight back in towards mid lane as he watches Rubik die. Well, both Loda as well as S4 come in to defend this.
Yeah, but now they're using, I mean, it's good that they baited Loda to teleport out of this top lane, but they're using Era as a ganking tool right there. So he's not picking up just his full free farm. He's going to be running around moving and just not really farming as hard anymore.
Oh, Notel. He came in here. Spy Carapace. You see Admiral Bulldog just waiting it out right then. RK threw the nuke out, but it really wasn't enough damage to drop Notel low enough for them to think they can find the kill. And over on the side, there's amplified damage over on the Bounty Hunter, which means Era has just got himself a free kill. Mid tower, of course, is then being pressured out. The AOD will slow this down for Alliance, but it won't stop it. Loda takes the mid tower, and then will sprint himself back up to the top lane with those face boots and drums.
Yep, and Loda's sitting at #1 net worth with 5,000. He's a little bit ahead of the Slardar and the Death Prophet.
They're coming bottom lane. Notel, he's got to use a Vendetta. They throw down the Sentry Ward, and then he runs up vertically. Secondary Sentry Ward, but Notel's actually run up the lane and into the river, away from both the Sentry Wards planted.
Very elusive. And yeah, as I was saying that about Ake just before, look at him now. He's sitting on 1,500 gold. He's getting close to his mech.
Notel's coming back down. Vendetta hits Arke just at the last moment. Era, a blink up to a double crush. Arke will get the hand of God off right now and then turns into the nuke with the Feybolt as well from the Rubik, allowing him to get a 1-for-1 trade here and then sprints itself away to safety while Bat Rider's managed to pick up the Weaver on this top lane. Bounty Hunter was the initial rotation in, and looks like all they needed was a track, and they end up killing off Trixie on this top lane.
Yeah, Trixie's having a pretty rough time this game so far.
I think all of Fnatic really are. Apart from that, like, startup at the bottom lane with Slaughter, which was good.
Yeah, this is going to be Midas everywhere. I don't even want to look at this.
Yeah, he's got the
Weaver got his gloves of haste. Era got his gloves of haste.
And then you'll be like, no, man, I'm just going to go into Maelstrom. It's going to be fine. Not going to happen. Blink, crush, A, ulti. Ulting it perfectly with the amplified damage. Rubik is so toast right now. There is no way really for him to survive this one. Era turns around for another crush right now. I say that, and it looks like Rubik will survive this one. My math was incorrect. Slaughter for the Bounty Hunter will be the trade-off.
Yeah, he actually had 76 life, so he was 3 life from shattering.
Guess my math wasn't off by that much.
Pretty damn close.
Oh, there's your RK boots filing over on RK. So he has money. He finally has some money.
Interesting. He actually opted for arcanes rather than rushing the mech.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Rubik's going for this urn on himself. Bounty Hunter's going for, what is this, a Dagon?
A Dagon, really?
He's got a staff. I don't know.
It could be a 4-staff as well.
Yeah,
He may not get it off in time once the crush comes. There's an Aeoldi flying top lane. There's your crush, and it's going a Lifestealer. Follow-up stun, so no rage, and then one attack. There, they got it. The Ancient Apparition Shadow will do the job. I thought for a moment Nyx was going to commit the Vendetta hit. But now S4, Blink Dagger, he wants to lasso up No Tail. But they're going to find Fly instead. That's an easier kill. Let's make sure he stays where he is. And they end up getting a 1-1 trade, while Era, maybe not 1-1 just yet. RK is sending S4 home and says, just leave me. Just leave me to die. No Tail Vendetta hit. It destroys Chen from the front. There's still the Chen army behind him, and Hani, he's chasing down right now. You're on EGM. Blink into a double crush. And now Fnatic. And they're getting some momentum back their way. Alliance to get a quick track off Hani, trying to TP out. You can't TP under 2 seconds. I think he thought that both of the troll traps were already used, and now S4 staying behind him. Flame Break in front, pushing Hani back. He went for the maximum range from that Flame Break, and he hit it perfectly. And now S4, well, gets stunned up just quickly. Just because of the Spy Carapace walking into the Firefly. Well, blink himself away to safety again. And we level up the kill count at 9-9. And what I thought was an advantage, really starting to strip ahead for Alliance. Fnatic started to drag it back again.
Yeah, Era's just landing some absolutely beautiful double crushes back to back to back.
See the build coming out from Loda. I don't know if we're looking at Race Car Lifestealer or not, which would be the S and Y. Or if he's even considering a Halberd this early on.
I think it could be either. But I'm sure it's pretty hard to tell right now.
TP's bottom lane. Fnatic want to fight this one. They can use the Vendetta to initiate. At the same time, they got Bounty Hunter just behind the line. So blink in, crush already over on Loda. Follow-up stun coming out from No Tail, and now they can hit over towards Admiral Bulldog. Popping off the dust. No Tail is invis for the moment. The Flame Break bought a little bit of space there, but with Chilling Touch, it takes one hit from that Slaughter to get the kill. No Tail still looking for a kill, and they're going to find EGM. Shikuchi, though, has already been stolen, so he's very quickly away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Loda's just getting picked off too much by this right now. He's playing a little bit too aggressively and getting caught off guard by this Blink Dagger on Slaughter.
Dire's top
If he
tower
keeps
is
doing
under
it, Slaughter's going to
attack.
get further and further ahead. At least their
Yeah,
upside is the
and-
fact that Era's died one time, but he's got 3 kills and 6 assists on this Slaughter.
Yeah, he's got his Midas finished up in a second as well. And this Nyx actually has 1,300 gold as well. So he picked up a lot of money in these last couple of engagements.
It's crazy to think that Slaughter is going in for a Midas. Because it's the Trip Midas. It's the Trip Midas. No Talon Fly are the only ones that haven't got it just yet. I thought we passed this period, Fogged.
Dude, I don't want to look at this anymore.
It's just we left Midas Gaming behind us. That was like 2-3 months ago.
It's back with a vengeance.
I'm not going to say that. It's just one game, man. There's not multiple games out there where people are still rushing into the hands of Midas, are they?
It's back with a vengeance.
No Tal. There's a vengeance on him right now. Level 1 track with 2 other heroes around him. Very quick, easy kill on the next assassin.
It's a Dagon coming on the Bounty Hunter.
Ensuring kills early on.
Radiant's top tower is under
Well, he
attack.
can snipe out the AA with it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Chino-
I mean,
The Janata hit into a 4-level Shuri toss with a Dagon. That AA will pop almost
Radiant's
instantly.
top tower has
yeah, I mean, Burst altogether on a lineup is very good versus a Death Prophet as well. So, and Death Prophet actually picks up a Ghost Scepter. So,
Amplify it up a little bit more then.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
man.
Well,
tower
tier
is
2
under
towers now
attack.
going to be pushed down. At the same time, Weaver's trying to do the same thing to the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. But obviously, when you got this big army coming up from Alliance, it's going to be a little bit more successful for them. Even if Batride's already taken the damage from the Spike Carapace. They're TPing down bottom lane. Batrider will come to defend this, and the Alliance are backing up. They at least forced a rotation from Fnatic and did half damage to the tier 2 tower on top.
yeah, and Loda's going for the race car build, picks up an Alacrity Blade.
All right. So it is SMY.
Mm-hmm. Ake's finishing up toward his mech. S4 picks up a 4-staff now. So they're still looking for these like grouping up and getting these like quick pickoffs and everything, while Fnatic is basically just like, let's farm.
Problem is,
Let the fight come to us.
Fnatic can't farm forever though, because we know what happens when you have heroes try and push into a base underneath the bounty hunter. It's not going to end well for you because you just keep getting tracked up. You'll get picked off. Sure, you can shut down Arke as far as him picking up a whole lot of jungle creeps. Speaking of shutdown, middle lane or EGM being saved. They use the Hand of God, tracks over on Era right now, and they troll trap him up and they focus him down. The downsides of Sprint, the big downsides of Sprint. Hani triggered off the ult to try and find that kill quick as well. And they would have just realized the fact that Alliance are in there trying to pick up Roshan at the same time.
Really nice play by S4 there. EGM just standing a little bit too far out in the open, I think, and almost getting caught out, but S4 just blinking in, grabbing Slardar and putting him completely out of position. And now they get this free Roshan.
It's almost intentional baiting.
It seemed like it, yeah, almost. Man, so many Midases. I don't want to see this.
It's fine.
I hope if No-Tail buys a Midas right here.
He's not going to do that.
Dude.
He's not. He's not. He won't. He shouldn't.
Please tell me.
He won't.
Roshan has fallen.
He won't.
He won't. He won't. Oh, phew.
He wants the blink dagger. I think they're going to realize to a point right now that No-Tail basically gets to sacrifice himself by jumping in with the stun into a spike carapace, and maybe Vendetta can save his life. Just so he can make space for, firstly, Trixie, the Weaver, and secondly, space for the Krob and the Slardar. Slardar jumps in like he did before. He just gets focused down, dragged back by the Batrider. So they need somebody else there on the front lines that can just jump in, take the damage for him. And someone the Batrider can't shut down when he does jump in.
Yeah, and he also he opted for the max spike carapace. So I mean, if anyone gets lassoed and he has his blink dagger, he just blinks into carapaces right away, and just trying to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, there's your blink. Top tower, Hani's got the ulti off cooldown in a moment, but this just ends up being a trade-off again. So tier 1 for a tier 1. Loader will take the one on the bottom. Hani will take the one up on the top. And Hani, Mr. Ghost up to BT's Hand of Mars, has 2,300 gold again.
Yeah, he's sitting on the top of the net worth still. Doing pretty damn well for himself. Bounty Hunter infested.
Yeah, they're coming down, and they found him already. The jump in No-Tail. There's just by Carapace on the back of the Blink Dagger, so already S4's on the sidelines. He might think about buying back for this one, but then again, with Slardar down and Hani, well, he's in close. The Centaurs came out, but Hani's got a lot of damage there. Dropping the Bounty Hunter down about 100 life points. It's a quick Crypt Swarm, as well as his ultimate, and now he's realized this fight's over, so he takes his ulti down to the bottom lane and continue the farming for Hani. 3.3k gold is now over on him.
I think Lion still came out ahead on that, though, because that was a 4-man track kill. That little tiny engagement.
You are right. But it's, do we have a level... Yeah, it's a level 2 track.
So it's actually pretty decent. I don't know. Yeah, that one was definitely a level 2 track. So he got a lot of money for it. He finished up his Dagon. And I think AA might be going for a Midas, though, on Fnatic.
Loader, that high movement speed. It's got it's got 441 without the phase boots. And for
he likes to skip that armlet a good amount of times, actually. I see him do it very often.
Kind of a weird thing to skip, but at the same time, since the changes, you can semi understand it. But the question is does he completely skip it? Do we see Bash or Abyssal into a heart?
Yeah, I think so. At this point of the game, it's already 23 minutes. I don't think buying an armlet now is the best choice. I still think, though, like, that armlet's just too good of an item. They might get this Trixie right here. He's very far up. Yeah.
Blink, lasso, they got him. And then instantly into a rage attack, hard and fast with a flame break. They pop him quickly, too.
Yeah, they might get Era here, too, with this Dagon. Wow.
That's a big pick-off. Follow-up jump in by EGM. He's using the Slardar Crush right now with his own Blink Dagger. With Chilling Touch, Hand of God, and they're going to try and turn on No-Tail. Had to wait up the Spike Carapace again, but Fly, well, they have to wait it out with him. Feybolt through one, the Penitence being thrown down the next Assassin. And Krov is now the only player alive for Fnatic. That really wasn't probably how Fnatic saw this game ending. Because they're going to lose their tier 2 tower right now and possibly even take damage on their tier 3 fortification. They'll only lose their tier 2.
That was a quick explosion of stuff that just happened. Unbelievable. Like, top just getting... Trixie was up so far with so little health, and then Era, I guess, didn't expect the three of them just to be waiting for him there, and he walked right into them and got blown up with Sprint.
Oh, Infest, they're jumping bottom lane. They're going to go right now here onto Hani, and there's the Infest jump out, the Crypt Swarm. It's not enough damage to kill off the Bounty Hunter. They kill off Death Prophet instead. And Admiral Bulldog would just be able to survive this one. And now probably afford up his level 3 Dagon in a moment.
And I think that A ulti actually would have hit him if there wasn't a regen bottom, because he was running back, and then he saw the regen and he cuts left. So that was good A ult by Fly.
That's a shame the fates are against him right now. But Lion's already looking for another pickup. They're coming towards his middle lane with that blinking crush from Rubik too. Like, that was the craziest thing in that middle lane. Like, you just jump in with a hero like a Rubik. Get the crush. If there's a secondary hero there, you telekinesis pick them up, and then technically then you get a second follow-up stun when the hero hits the ground. And then you got your armor removal with your burst damage, and by that point, I'm pretty sure you're going to be running yourself away from the fight.
Yeah. It's a really good ability to have once you have your Blink Dagger up on Rubik. I mean, once you have Blink and Force especially too, it's unbelievable.
It's basically a jump in initiation, push out. And you never risk your support that does that. But that's the power of Rubik.
Yeah, and it looks like Hani's going for a Bloodstone?
Wait, what?
Or not. A Skady, maybe? Ice Skady? I don't know. Ice Scotty. Point booster up on him.
It's gotta be a Bloodstone. It's gotta be a Bloodstone here.
Yeah.
That means
S4.
that means Fnatic have to make sure they get kills from this. And S4, you're right, jumps in on Hani, and there's no savior. Like a blinking crush, the A ulti is on the way out here. It's going to hit there. Actually, yeah, it does actually connect on RK with a follow-up stun over on the Bat Rider. I'm pretty sure Rubik, yeah, he just stole the Impale. Throws it out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. No-Tail went inside of the Invis too, inside of Vendetta. And Alliance, I suppose they do pick up the Crop. They don't find a follow-up after that, but they'll have the tower.
Yeah, Slardar's not really that close to his BKB, surprisingly. Only has the Ogre X. Trixie's...
He's a little bit
almost
closer.
got his BKB, yeah. But they might be able to go uphill right now and get some base damage.
Well, they know the fortification's already down, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, Lotus starting to pull pretty far ahead on this net worth from all these track kills. And buildings, of course.
So they want Fnatic to fight right now. The A ulti is going to slow him down a little bit. Quick blink away by EGM. He'll at least protect himself. But they've still got a Hand of God available, and the mech comes off cooldown in 6 seconds' time. So Alliance should feel more than confident enough to take this. They're not going to finish the tower just yet, though, with Crop now coming back up again. Her ulti is available. Vendetta's coming back off cooldown as well for the next assassin. So the tower's down, and Alliance, they're committing. Lotus already used Rage as well. He's going to be careful about this. S4 stunned up by the Spy Campus, trying to back him back out again. There's that stun. That stolen Impel. Life Steal, though, there's still not enough space to try and escape out from him with the Crop ulti up. The Amplified damage over on S4 too. They've got to be careful. The A ulti is nice and in front. The A ulti is going to connect. The Hand of God will pop up quickly and then do a follow-up double stun onto Fnatic. They're up on the high ground, but not really confidently here. There's another couple of Crypt Swarms, and this Crop ulti is working completely overtime. The gem is on the deck, but Bounty Hunter, well, he won't pick it up. He'll actually go down. And Arke, he's sending him back. He gives the gem over to S4 to make sure it's protected. And Arke will die here on the bottom lane. But he sacrifices himself for the cause. Purchases a forced up before death. Honey will, however, still walk out of that with a triple kill. And that will be his Bloodstone if he so desires.
A little bit of an overextension, I would say, by Alliance. I mean, they did get some good kills off as well because of this Rubik Impales, but I think that was a little bit cocky by them.
Yeah,
it's not a Bloodstone.
It's actually a Skadi on Prophet. Death Prophet too, not even Nature's Prophet.
I know he loves that item, so I kind of saw it coming.
Is it really, though, going to work so well on a Death Prophet?
I don't feel like that's the right choice in this type of position, because he's just going to get pulled out by the Bat Rider. He's really low on armor still, and he's just going to... I feel like he's going to get melted.
Well, being low on armor is going to be one thing, but then again, if he has this guy, he's going to have a lot of life points to survive once he gets dragged back. And if he gets himself into then something like the Assault Cuirass, or even just a Shiva's Guard, He'll be able to survive long enough. He's got 11 armor now. It could be worse. It could be worse.
It's not too bad, actually.
11 armor and almost 2.2k life points.
Yeah, if he gets a couple more items, it could be pretty dangerous for Alliance. With the amp, like the Death Prophet ultimate with amp actually melts almost anybody instantly.
Roshan spawning up in about 30 seconds time. So we've got to keep our eyes peeled over on the pit. Because this could be right now where a lot is decided. Like Alliance, when they're pushing the bottom lane, they went up to a 12,000 gold advantage. But at the same time, the gold advantage is only going to be there as long as they hold the tower advantage. Because you look at the experience, and it's dragging back. About 1.5k is Alliance's advantage after they held about 6k.
Yeah, that took a big dip. This is what these Midases are doing, really, because AA even picked up his own Midas and got, I think, 2 or 3 levels from that last fight.
BKB's arrived for Trixie.
Yeah, 1 BKB. It's pretty good for them. And there's the Roshan spawning.
And Alliance will move quickly. But they've already used Firefly, which is the only thing which is, like I ask as a question mark here. S4 is the one doing the scouting out for the wards, and the fact this is being done has got to flag it out that this is going on. Haste Rune will get stolen up here by No-Tail on the top, or they're going to give it to, well, not to Trixie, there's not much point for that, give it to Hani. But Roshan's already down at 1/3. Yep, maybe they do, and they're just looking for a trade-off. So let him have the Aegis Immortal, and then just take the tier 2 tower on the top lane and trade. Or wait for someone to come up here and try and defend it. That's the only other choice.
Yeah, it must have been something like that. I was just confused because Nyx was vendetted.
Trixie should also be using that Hand of Midas on the creep wave. Or either that or he's waiting for the Chen army. The Bounty, S4. Again using this Firefly, just trying to find anybody that's in the neighborhood. But they won't find him. Fnatic take no trade from this Roshan going down. The only thing they get is Era closer to the BKB. And that's it.
Yeah. Pretty passive right now.
Yeah.
Rubik's going for the Sags.
Really?
I guess I actually don't really get why he'd go Ags. I guess he just really wants to steal that AA Ags ulti.
Well,
it's not really.
It's always having the ulti up and running, so you've got the chance to grab your Krob ulti or Shikuchi or just like jump through the abilities, and there's so many great ones over on the Fnatic lineup for EGM. All he needs is a mana pool to just keep it up and running.
Radiant's top tower is under
And just not knowing you can throw it out to start with to grab something like amplify damage, and then still know that when the fight happens with the Krob, he's still got the ultimate available. Trixie, I thought for a moment he's going to try and force himself out in that middle lane, but his TP's on cooldown for 13 seconds. He can't get back in here in time. Fnatic have to stall this one up. They don't want to use Fortification for this, so they use the Crypt Swarm as well as the AA ulti, hitting very hard on the Life Stealer. Crush as well, and Bad Rider, he also got stunned up by the Nyx Assassin. Now Hani throws out the ulti. S4's not looking too healthy in this one though. Hani now, well, you're right, he does melt to a point. He's backing himself up while the rest of his teammates move towards the front lines, and Loader is the man doing it, putting that AC to work. The buyback came out from the Nyx Assassin, so they're looking to try and fight. Trixie moves up. Have they got enough damage? There's a stun. It was on cooldown by half a second. And the crush from Era was also a microsecond too late to get the stun.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, Alliance is going to have a hard time breaking this high ground. The AA ulti just hitting and then them comboing with all these blink stuns, they just took out Loda's Aegis instantly.
Yep.
And even though Loda was dead, Death Prophet ran with ulti and almost got bursted down, but he popped his Ghost Scepter and actually lived.
You also, too, noticed with that Shiva's Guard almost completed over on the Death Prophet, things to be better. Bounty Hunter's also on the run. Trixie's on his tail. He needs a little bit more damage. The stun from No-Tail. He almost actually hit both Chen as well as Bulldog, but angled just a little bit too far north. Rubik has died in the meantime as well, but with the track over on No-Tail, Vendetta will not save him here. And Loda, well, he's trying to act like an F1 car, pushing himself as quickly as he possibly can towards the enemy. Well, S4 is looking for a bit of a latch over on Trixie, but he will not find it.
Yeah, Nyx is dead, and they're just going to try to go for this. I feel like they're going to just go for a building or for a Rax, anything.
Well, they can't really take it, though, because you're still dealing with AA ulti and Crypt Swarm. You're going to lose your creep wave or your majority of your life points, and if Loda does what he's doing right now, which is jumping up high, he's silenced up so he can't rage. And all they need to do is get a very good crush off here, and there's 3 years which are almost perfectly grouped up at that point. Here comes your AA ulti. I'm not seeing a Slana just yet, and they've almost finished up that range Rex, but the fortification will go. Silence on S4 and Alliance. They can hold up on the high ground and maybe turn up if they want to. BKB from Batrider, and here they will turn. Hani will trigger out the ultimate, but also Ghost Scepter. He doesn't have any kind of dire creep wave to soak this one up, so that's a good thing for him. The downside is he's being dragged back and destroyed. Lifestealer will end the spree in Era. He doesn't have enough life points to find up here against Alliance. They'll come in as a double kill for Loda, and Batrider force-starving themselves in for a little bit forward, but it was only for the greater good to slow down the rest of Fnatic, giving Loda now a triple kill. As we'll have another buyback. This time it will come from the Batrider.
Buys his bots, comes right back into the fight.
Yep. They want to finish this. They want to finish this now. Running in for Hani. The timeline's pulling Trixie back over towards the racks. And they drop down the sentry walls. At least they can see him for a little bit. 4 staff up. There's telekinesis available. They picked him up. They'll throw him back down again. They've still got that. Well, where is that gem? Where is that gem? There's no gem.
Looking for it.
It's just the amplified damage, which is currently being used by EGM. He's trying to solo up Trixie. But with bugs on him, he can't jump in. The melee rack has finally gone down. And Trixie also dies in this bottom lane to the Batrider. This looks like an impossible situation now for Fnatic. They're under siege, but more than under siege. They're under siege with the wall broken down.
Yeah, and they had to use so many buybacks there. And Hani has to be super careful because the lasso's up, and if he gets picked off, that's game.
Quite true.
And Alliance is just going to keep just ramming down these towers.
Oh, No-Tail's outside. He's having to wander around, and now they threw down the sentry ward outside the base too. Just out of range of the tower, it can't be D-ward. They got catapults coming in. The Crypt Swarm is not enough, and their ulti is still on cooldown for another 10 seconds time, so down goes the tower. A blink, lasso, jump back out again with a BKB to protect him. And Slander dies almost instantly from this one. Hani is still trying to slow down the Batrider with the A ulti coming in on top of this, just at a second too late. The Hand of Gold was able to trigger out. But Alliance, they just come in to reinsert. There's 2 heroes on the sidelines. They lose their range racks. The melee racks will follow up, and Hani is already tracked up. And he doesn't want to just trigger an ulti out for this one, because he knows he can die almost instantly too. And then jump in. It's the Nyx stun to start with, and now to pick up the throwback. Trixie has the BKB triggered off for the moment. I kind of want to keep my eyes very closely on Rubik too. He doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter yet, but he's still walking around with the extra stun.
It's on the courier right now. There it is.
So we should watch him even closer now. Watch EGM stealing abilities. Blink in, lasso. They drag Trixie back for the moment. It's a good silence, however, which means that it's controlled up both the Rubik, but at the same time, Weaver, he's already on the sidelines again. They force Arcade back, but this is still Alliance with a Krob ulti, which has just been expended. And their 2 racks is up.
Yeah, and I mean, Fnatic just doesn't have the damage or anything right now. All they have is this Krob ulti, and when that's gone, they don't really have much. The Slardar did not scale very well. He got this Midas, and I think it did not pay out for him at all after this Blink Dagger.
It's kind of like all these Midas never really transitioned to like what they were searching for. Like in the Soul Cuirass with a BKB, with a Blink Dagger for a Slardar, when you're going up against heroes like a Bounty Hunter, the Midas kind of like almost negates itself, because once the fights start going against you, you may as well have just like purchased Midas on the Alliance lineup, but still be having all the potential to fight because it's just the bounty track at level 2. Bulldog got very quick levels.
Yeah, he did. He ended up doing pretty well with his boots first in bottom lane. Some early rotations, got some kills. And yeah, I don't know, the Midas just ended up pushing his BKB back so far, and he ended up dying 2 or maybe 3 times, where I think a BKB would have saved him. Too greedy.
Yeah. Well, Alliance, it looks like they're going to come in to finally put the nail in the coffin of Alliance. There is 1 Rax remaining up on this top lane. They have all 5 heroes almost there. There's Bounty Hunter who's on his way in. With a DD rune, he brings in a Vladimir's offering to help out his teammates, and a casual Yasha.
I like how Loda has SNY, Mjolnir, and Deso. Nice. Double orb plus SNY.
Yeah. Oh, No-Tail! See, that's just not nice.
Loda's like, not again. This is not happening again. You're not getting me with this a 3rd time.
Batrider's looking for an opening. He found one. Hani tracked up. They'll pop off their BKBs. Era, he comes in and pops off his own, but it's already too late for Hani. He's on the sidelines. They give a 5-man track kill, and they're going to make it even more. GG is the call. We are going to a 3rd and final deciding matchup. between Alliance as well as Fnatic here for the D2CL.
Alliance.
I really thought for a second that Fnatic was going to be able to pull ahead with all these minuses too. They were getting some good momentum, but Alliance just ended up being able to steamroll.
Yeah, I was with you too, man. It really did look like Fnatic could bring it back, but they end up falling a little bit short, and we'll see who is able to now take out this best-of-3 game, as we have Fnatic desperately in need for a win, or else they'll find themselves drawn up with Sigma at 0-2 in 4th position and 5th position tied. And will Alliance take the victory and tie themselves up with Team Empire? Stay tuned and we'll find out together. See you in a moment.